Celebration in Cleveland by the New York Knicks. Make it a clean sweep in a decisive 130-93 Game 4, and they're heading to the final for the first time since '99. It's inside the NBA. It's presented by McDonald's. Ernie Johnson with Shaq, with Kenny, with Chuck, and with the Knicks heading to the final against either San Antonio or OKC. If you're just joining us, if you didn't have a chance to see how this game played out.
Yeah, everybody want to see the highlights. Knicks fans definitely want to see the highlights.
Oh, without question.
There they go right there.
Celebs galore. And
in Cleveland.
Guy's a celebrity in his own right, Jalen Brunson. Kenny Atkinson's guys down 3-0. Donovan Mitchell early, and Cleveland's out to the early 6-point lead.
And I kind of knew
they were up 6 points.
Yeah, they were 8.
I kind of knew he was going to come out smoking. Him and this guy right here, but this guy didn't do much.
What was he smoking? They lost by 40.
So many leak outs.
I said, come out.
Come out.
Oh my gosh!
Come on, man.
Ahead of the pack.
You got to get back. Who's back on defense?
Nobody. Come on, man. This is ridiculous, man.
You can't get outrun.
Oh, Kenny.
Yes.
Music, please.
And he got fouled.
We can't. No, we're not going to do that.
This is a foul. This is a foul. Come on.
Come on, man.
Ref, you just giving him mercy. Mercy.
Brunson pulling up and knocking down a 3. You know who else can hit that? Deuce McBride can hit that.
You know, Ernie, we always talking about putting your foot on your opponent's neck, and the Knicks definitely did that tonight.
That may have needed the music on that one right there, but
put your foot on your chest when you're trying to close out
this series.
I don't know if they put their foot on their neck. They damn sure put it up their ass.
Damn.
Probably an unnecessary comment by the Chuckster there.
Wait,
I would have to agree with you, Chuck.
They just putting up for threes,
Alvarado, no, but there's Cat.
Come on, man. The great John Starks.
It was 50-26 at that point.
In fairness to Coach Atkinson, analytically, he only lost by 12.
Stop it.
Wait, I'm just telling you.
Stop it.
You're on fire tonight. What is this, the Cleveland roast?
No, brother.
68-49 at the half.
You know how much time we get off now, Kenny?
You know what?
Come back to
Hey, and Cleveland pulled within 16 in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's never a good thing. We closed
WFD, Ernie. WFD, Ernie.
I know. Nobody closer. We got it down to 16, guys.
And then came a 12-0 run.
The people who are on fire right now.
They're loving it at the watch party.
Oh, give me that.
And now it's 107-76.
Man, we get a week off, y'all. Over a week.
You know what's crazy? The New York City is one of the most famous cities with a million things to do. They had a watch party. You know, that's when you know that this is out of control.
There you go, right there.
Analytical Eastern.
Good job, pro football talk.
That was funny right there.
130-93. And
if they had 103, they still would have won by 2.
Double digits.
130 points are the most scored without a 20-point score in any game in NBA playoff history.
That's crazy.
Cavs are swept. Here's Kenny Atkinson.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I mean, disappointed for the group. You know, listen, from a coaching standpoint, you know, normally you'd say, man, I wish we had, player-wise roster. I wish we had this. We didn't have this. I can't say that. You know, ownership and front office gifted us with a wonderful roster, talented roster. So I feel bad. I feel bad for the group. Because you want to fulfill, your expectations first of all. So, that's disappointing. I'll turn it positive though. We took a step. This is kind of how this works. You have to keep climbing. We are going in, obviously a positive direction. Fell short. There's no bigger motivator, right, to get to the next level. I think of this all season and development, how we the sacrifice we're going to need to make to get to the next level. But I'm proud of this group in terms of how they fought through adversity. 1-2 game sevens. We took a step. I think we took a step mentally, from a mental toughness point of view. I'm going to kind of lean on that. And again, we all know there's another 2 steps really you got to take if that's the ultimate goal.
There's obviously a tough
Longest win streaks in a postseason. So the Knicks standing on 11. Those 17 Warriors won 15 in a row, and a good harbinger of things to come for the most part is winning an NBA title. We will see if that plays out for this 2026 version of the New York Knicks. And you talk about, look, they've had 3 opportunities to close out, each of them on the road, and they have gotten it done. No team has ever done that by at least 30 points in all of those closeouts. In fact, nobody had ever done it by 20 in 3 closeouts. And so
that's impressive. Give the Knicks their flowers, man. That's impressive. On the road, even more impressive.
You know, Ernie, can I mention, Coach Atkinson said that they took a step. Mm-hmm. They took a step in terms of what it looks like on paper, meaning they got to the conference finals where the last years they did not. However, they also took a step backwards because they also it showed what you're vulnerable to everyone else in the Eastern Conference. The way the Knicks beat them, they shown how vulnerable they are. The one thing that the Cavaliers are going to have to do, it's not all about personnel. Yes, James will get older, and there's some other players that you have to think about, but they have to change their offensive strategy and philosophy. They have to include the 2 guys in the interior more and figure out a way to include them more, because when the game slows down, being a ball-dominant 6-second dribbler is not productive. And that's why the Knicks lost last year, because Brunson had to do the 6 seconds or more dribbling. And then this year they said, no, we're going to add people to our bench, and we're going to have more ball movement and more body movement, and we're going to be tougher to guard. So what happens today? You have the first time where you had, 130 points and no 20-point scorer.
Yeah.
Because you have spread the wealth. That is exactly what the Cleveland Cavaliers have to do if they want to move forward, because they took a step forward but they went a step backwards in terms of being vulnerable.
We are waiting for Landry Shamet to join us to talk about this team that is going to the NBA Finals, and he is ready to go, we are told. So let's talk to Landry Shamet about the Knicks and their victory tonight, completing another sweep. And for Landry, look, 11 out of 12 from three-point range in this series, 92%. Nobody's ever shot a percentage like that in a playoff series, so congratulations on that. And on going to the NBA Finals, man. Tell me what's going through your mind right now.
Oh man, it's crazy. My first finals, and obviously it's super exciting and feels good, and we want to obviously enjoy this, but at the same time, same breath, like we got a larger goal here, and so definitely gonna enjoy it the next day or two, and start locking in for what's to come. We got 4 more wins to try to go get, and we know it's going to be even harder. So. Really proud of this group and, kind of what we've fought through all year, and, being in this position now with this team, it's pretty special.
Landry, great series. I played with some great shooters, Big Shot Bob, Brian Shaw, Rick Fox, and I used to go to them on nights of closeout games and say, I'm coming to you, be ready. Did Brunson and Cat come to you, and, did anybody on the team come to you and tell you to be ready? Because you're more than ready, my brother. You're playing great.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Honestly, I think one of the beautiful things about this group is our approach, regardless, is pretty steady. There was no, make it special, Landry, we're going to play through you tonight or anything, or anyone. Our whole thing, when we're at our best, we, stick to our principles, play within ourselves, play fast, and rely on each other. And the beautiful thing of this group is it could be a different guy every night. Josh Hart had a great shooting night. This series, when they're sagging off of him, he made a bunch of shots. It could be Deuce, could be anybody off the bench. Jose, doesn't matter. It's the next man up, and truly like a collective effort.
Number one, young man, congratulations. And me, Kenny, and Shaq and Ernie have had the experience of being in New York when the Knicks are doing good. Can you explain to people, like, number one, how in the hell y'all be making all that racket on the roads, and how crazy it is being in the Garden or just walking around New York right now?
Y'all know, Knicks fans are a specific species of human that should be studied. It's special, man. They're crazy. They're crazy. They fly out to Cleveland on a Monday. They're everywhere. They take over arenas. Everywhere you walk in the city, that's what you hear. The buzz is unbelievable. There's really, you could try to explain what's going on in New York right now for Knicks fans, but I mean, good luck. Like, it's different. Knicks fans are different, man.
You know what? Congratulations, Landry. I think the other thing that you went 11 for 12 from three, and that's going to be, go down in history as, one of the great series. But I thought really your defensive effort on Donovan Mitchell in game one, when you guys were down, was just as vital, if not even more, because he was really having his way, and defensively guarding the best player. You get that assignment as well sometime.
Yeah. I mean, he's a hell of a player, and, I've said it before, we have a tremendous luxury on this team of having multiple primary defenders that we could give guys different looks, because as you guys know, these are the best players in the league and really good offensive players that teams played through. If you give them the same look over and over all game, they're going to figure it out and pick you apart. And so we have the luxury where we have, 4 or 5 guys really, perimeter defenders that we could stick on the ball and say, you got them. When we find something that works, we'll stick with it, but we have the ability to go to different things and give them different looks, and I think that's a huge strength of our team.
Last question so you can go celebrate. You guys are going to have about 7 to 10 days off. Did Coach mention to you guys about